President Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ananuga, criticized one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers for participating in the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, raising concerns about professional ethics and the principle of sub judice. Ananuga, in a post on X, expressed disappointment over the lawyer's decision to join what he described as a shambolic protest, stating, and I'll pull up Bayo Ananuga's post on X there. He wrote, "I spotted Aloy Ejimako, one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, among the small group of protesters mobilized in Abuja by Omoyele Sowore. I wonder what Mr. Ejimako was thinking when he decided to join this shambolic protest. As a lawyer, he should be aware of the principle of sub judice, particularly in relation to the ongoing treason case before the court, rather than focusing on preparing a strong case. Mr. Ejimako has resorted to extra legal tactics, joining a career anarchist." He describes Sowore as an anarchist. To influence the process, legal authorities should consider appropriate sanctions for unethical conduct of the bearded lawyer. And of course, you're laughing there, Rufai. Rufai, you're laughing. You're laughing. I'll give you the opportunity. Yes, he called him an anarchist. Well, in response to Ananuga's comments, Sowore stated that there is no law against a lawyer joining a peaceful protest, and that if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, even senior advocates of Nigeria will join the protest. Let's take a look.
The lawyer is a person, and the same right as those to individuals.
If they don't release Nnamdi Kanu,
yes,
senior advocates of Nigeria will join this.
Yes.
APC, police force.
Doctors will join this protest.
Yes.
Even surgeons, like people who say no get time, nurses, everybody will join.
We'll join.
We're about to announce another date, and that one will be bigger. It will be the mother of all protests.
Exactly.
So they have a chance now. You know, when we were saying it, they thought it was a play. They thought it was play a few days ago when we say we are going to shut down this Abuja. Nothing happened in Abuja today. Even the judge that gave the order that we should not do protest asked us to come back today. I heard he did not sit.
He did not sit.
He couldn't make it to his office. So we are not playing. We are not playing, but we are working to get our protesters, the legally arrested protesters.
Yes.
All right. He's claiming there's going to be another protest that he describes the mother of all protests, and he has yet to announce the date. But Sowore was on our nightly news program, Primetime, where he confirmed that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ejimako, and his brother were arrested. Rufai, I know that you want to speak on this, so I'll give you the floor. I mean, the lawyer has been arrested at this moment. Sowore is saying that the prison or the police station or where the lawyer is being kept is like a dungeon. That's what he said on Primetime yesterday.
Very sad. And please, they should be let free. I mean, yes, because they protested. I mean, once you arrest them, you take their filings and everything. Please just let them free. Second, the one I want to laugh about is what name did Mr. Bayo Ananuga called
Sowore?
No, there's another. He said something anarchist.
He said he's called him an anarchist.
No, I want the exact name because I want to laugh very well.
Isn't it persistent analyst?
Was it persistent? Is it persistent anarchist? I want the exact word because that word is really intriguing to me. You know what? I want the exact word.
Tell me.
In the 90s, when Sowore was protesting at the university, and Mr. Bayo Ananuga with his paper was supporting Sowore there because the protests, they were all together. Sowore was not an anarchist then. No. When they were all together, didn't Sowore come out recently to say that even Mr. Bayo Ananuga played a fundamental role by supporting the career anarchist? So when they were protesting against June 12th, that Mr. Bayo Ananuga was part of against the military, Sowore was not a career anarchist then because the protest supported them. The likes of Mr. Bayo Ananuga giving Sowore coverage in his paper then, he was not a career anarchist then. So it is today now that Mr. Bayo Ananuga now remembers because he's in a government that they are presenting that is opposing what you want. It's today he remembers. This Nigeria will bust your mind, please. You know sometimes they say, if you live long enough in this country, you will see rubbish. You see, the truth has to be said. When interest does not align, these are the things. These are people I respect so much. Mr. Bayo Ananuga. You know why I respect this man? He had so much fundamentals then. He was told to come and apologize for something, about a story or something. He said never.
You mean Bayo Ananuga's
yes, back in the 90s. No, I'm talking. No, it's not now. I'm saying history.
Okay.
Back in the 90s. That's why they left Concord. And they went to set up the news then. Him and the great Babafemi Ojodu, they were told to come and apologize. I said, no, we're not going to put in a word. They stood for their conviction. I will still always remember and respect Mr. Bayo Ananuga for that. Because they were those that were in the midst of struggle in this country. But today, like I asked, what changed? It's the same better Nigeria these guys are protesting for that you, Mr. Bayo Ananuga, protested for them. Now you are slamming the lawyer. When them Ganifa were me and them Femi Falana were protesting them, marching for June 12th, you didn't remember to report them to the NBA then because you are on the same side. Now that it has changed now, you say the lawyers, the Jimako and the likes are sub judice. Oh, let's go into the itinerary of sub judice. You know how many matters that are sub judice that people prognosing? All we are calling for is sanity in this process. I have not said everything Nnamdi Kanu did was right, but I'm calling for fairness. A court of appeal, I said, leave this man. Even the Supreme Court judgment to overturn all of this. There was one dissenting judge. Igbo leaders went to President Buhari, asked for political solution. And we are hearing dragging of this case, dilly-dallying, here and there. And people come out to protest because it's a national matter. And we are casting aspersions on them. This is the same Mr. Bayo Ananuga that we used to read all this articles. I used to press the neck of them Obasanjo, any small thing, bumper to bumper with the news.
Yes.
But what changed? That's what we ask.
All right. I mean,
so if you live long enough in this country, you will see a lot too.
Speaking about the protest, the executive director of Enough is Enough Nigeria, Yemi Adamalekun, was stopped and assaulted by security officers while attempting to lay flowers in honor of the victims of the 2020 NSAS protests. The incident has sparked widespread condemnation on social media. A video shared by News Central TV showed Ademalekun being confronted by security personnel who prevented her from performing the symbolic act at the memorial site. Let's take a look.
We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with
Madam, you better stop that. You better stop it. You better stop it. Who allow you to come into that here? See my phone. Oh, yeah, keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Where freedom reigns and truth prevails, our land where there's hope for us all.
Was completely unacceptable. The Lekki toll gate has become a symbol site for remembrance of the NSAS victims, where Nigerians annually commemorate those who reportedly lost their lives during the October 2020 protests. This incident raises questions about the right to peaceful remembrance and freedom of expression in public spaces. I'll take some reactions on X. This person actually posted on Instagram, stating, "It's painful to watch this. She only came to pay respect, yet she was treated like an enemy. When will we learn that power should serve the people, not crush them? They fear remembrance because truth exposes guilt. No one should be assaulted for honoring the victims." Well, Deji Adeyoju also condemned this. He wrote on X, "I condemn the harassment of notable human rights activist Yemi Ademalekun of Enough is Enough Nigeria by the ever senseless security agents who have no respect or regard for human rights in Nigeria." Nigeria, and that's the actual point. Who authorized this move, actually? Because I will really doubt that this was an order, that you should have no one in that area. I mean, I don't know if you have gotten any response from the Lagos state government as to why this happened to Yemi. She was just going to lay flowers.
Yes. I actually called earlier on that we need a statement and a response from the Commissioner of Police, because she mentioned, as Yemi Adamoleku mentioned, that he drove past the toll gate to the convoy of about 15 vehicles yesterday, and she saw that the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Commissioner of Police Olohundare, that's Jim Olohundare, and so we need to understand whether if this is the protocol as order given to the police to contain or to maintain peace and order in the state. But before I come fully to Yemi Adamoleku's story, OJ, let me just say two statements on Nnamdi Kanu's one. Number one is that the government is actually succeeding in making him a hero. And a number of people have said that they might not necessarily agree with all that he stands for, but by denying him access to justice, they are actually making him a hero, and a lot of people who stand against unfairness and injustice are coming out to speak against it. The second is that Nigeria has lost too much as a result of his consistent incarceration and the lack of respect of this government of the rule of law. I say this because we have lost so much money with the sit-at-home order every Monday in the Southeast, which could have been averted, because the same the same treatment given to bandits and terrorists in the north who actually committed crimes, who actually killed people, whereby they granted them amnesty and they are negotiating with them, and someone who is allegedly a terrorist is starkly different. And this is the selective justice that Nigerians are crying out for. What I want to just say as a sound of warning is that let us not let this thing get out of hand. We've seen the day of protest. It means that the people are not backing down. There's only as much as you can push people back against the wall, but let the government do right and obey court orders with regards to Nnamdi Kanu. This cry has gone on for too long. Now let's move on to what happened yesterday at the toll gate. I said earlier, when we were speaking privately, about the fact that I believe that the police is actually misunderstanding their role in society in terms of protecting lives and property, because it feels as if their brief is to protect the lives and property of a few, or the government, as it were. So it's now the police and the government against the people, whereas the duties are set out in the Constitution means protection of lives and property of Nigerians. But what we see is that there's this antagonism against the people of Nigeria, especially when there's peaceful protests. What could one woman have done that about 3 or 4 man-o-war operatives came to, two of them accosted her? Then she said that whilst they were doing this, 4 armed policemen approached her, and then 2 of them were asked to escort her and the lady that was taking the picture off the grounds. We can see the video there. And the highlight of this is that what one of them said to her, a female policewoman who was there, according to what she said, is that they said, "Are you not enjoying the peace as you have it now?" And then you ask the question, what kind of peace are we talking about?
Peace of the graveyard.
Peace of the graveyard, where peace means that the people are silenced and we are like robots, according to what the government says, and you deprive the people of their constitutional guaranteed right to peaceful protest. Is that the peace that Nigeria or this administration wants, where the people's voices are silenced? That's not the peace that we are looking for. And so when they keep saying, oh, let's keep peaceful, what is the definition of peace? She had a right to go there to lay wreaths. She was not even protesting peacefully, because she said a number of people that were called to come out to protest were afraid. This is what we have done to the Nigerian youths. We have caused them to be afraid, to stay back, and gradually silencing their voices. Is this the legacy of this administration? This Democrat that has been praised for his play and his role in the democracy that we enjoy today, now depriving young people today of the same rights that he enjoyed. And I'm talking about the Tinubu administration now. So I just want to say that, number one, the police has to rethink its strategy in how it manages its affairs with civilians, civilians as well, how it manages its affairs, and the right to peaceful protest. Then this thing around, once you see people gather, they are jittery. Why? Yeah. As long as they are not violent, no need to use tear gas, no need to fire bullets, even though the police spokesman came out to say that, oh, they didn't fire, but we heard the gunshots. Yeah. And so what we are asking for is that let the police do right. We've asked for police reform. Let there be an actual reform, and let the people feel protected by the police, and not as if the police is taking sides with the government against the Nigerian people.
Well said, Ayo. Well said. Well, let's take this story now from Cross River State, where the Ministry of Justice has issued a press release addressing public complaints about the stalled murder prosecution of 2 suspects in connection to the 2023 killing of Prince Will Ikenna, a youth pastor who was shot 3 times in the head and killed for his car, a Lexus RX 350 SUV, on September 3rd, 2023. In a viral video, Prince Will Ikenna's brother stated that through a tracking device, the vehicle was located in Lagos, where a pastor, Uchenna, was arrested at a panel beating shop. Pastor Uchenna allegedly said that he was gifted the vehicle, but later confessed to being at the crime scene where Prince Will Ikenna was killed by his associates. However, in a stunning ruling, Justice Ewa granted bail to Pastor Uchenna, citing alleged health issues. Ironically, days later, Pastor Uchenna was reportedly spotted in a video preaching at his Lagos church, undermining the claims of the judge. Prince Will Ikenna's brother urged the Cross River State Governor and Attorney General and the Chief Judge to intervene in the case.
It's been over 2 years now. We'll not be able to get justice on this case. Please, we are writing to everybody to know what happened to Prince Will and how this case has been going. We are calling on Nigeria government. We are calling on Cross River State, the governor of Cross River State, Professor Basin too. Look at what happened in Cross River State, and judiciary in Cross River State have not given us justice. We are calling on the Attorney General of Cross River State, Mr. Charles. We are calling on the Chief Justice of Cross River State, my Lordship, Akon. This is what happened in Cross River State. This is what happened in your state, and we have not been able to get justice. Over 2 years now, and this man is working freely. This elf is into it. The pictures on the screen. He's working freely. His family is in Cross River there. They are working freely. And these are people that murdered my brother, and the court lets them go on, say, health ground. We need justice for Prince Will. We need justice for my brother. Yes, today it might be Prince Will. Tomorrow it could be anybody. These men are parading themselves as pastors, and they are killers. We need justice for Prince Will.
Justice for Prince Will. I mean, this is the power of social media. This video went viral. The Cross River State Governor actually, authorized the Attorney General. In response, an inquiry launched by the Attorney General revealed that the case was derailed when the presiding judge, Justice Ewa, was reassigned to an election petition tribunal. There was also an internal delay in transferring the case file, prompting the chief judge to reassign the matter. Now, to restore public confidence, the Attorney General instructed the Director of Public Prosecutions to immediately assume responsibility of the case and has also requested police assistance in apprehending 3 other suspects still at large. Whereby, like I said, power of social media. This video went viral for about a week. I tried to reach out to the Cross River State government. I also reached out to the Commissioner for Information, who actually shared the details of what the Attorney General is doing at this point. But this is what we see in Nigeria. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's important to commend the Cross River State government for being responsive, because there are several cases that we see floating around, especially on social media of this nature, that don't get any attention
at all.
So I think it's important to commend the governor, and we spoke to Commissioner Erasmus Akbang, who is the Commissioner of Information as well, for being responsive. But it goes back to the issues that we unpacked at the beginning of this show, which is issues around the judiciary, which is issues around the integrity of our judges. At the top of the show, I mentioned a Justice Inyang who had been suspended by the NUJ because she had made a ruling without even hearing the case. And I remember in that instance, this should have happened, I think, earlier in the year. In that instance, people were saying that a suspension is even too light for the type of, for what she was what she had found to have done wrongly. And what we continue to appeal for, I think, is the increased accountability within the judiciary. NUJ have made some efforts, but it's still not enough. Are our judges being held to book? Are we sure that we have men and women of integrity? are we sure that there's separation of powers to even begin with? This is another angle we looked at in the morning, where we're saying that is the judiciary allowed to operate independently, or is it subject to influence from one or two places? Now, this is not the type of case that would have influence from external influence, but this is a type of case that shows that there are lapses, because the excuse is that, well, the judge had been moved to a different, to the election tribunal, and so that created a lapse in the system. Now, just imagine how many more people are falling through the cracks because of these lapses in the system, where there isn't cohesion, where there isn't, the full efficient working of the judiciary itself. So I think it raises a lot of questions and a lot of issues. And goodness me, I think we've just scratched the surface when it comes to judicial reform. It's still a talking point. You know, when they swore in CJ Kekere-Kun, it was a question around, well, it's one thing for us to make this commitment, but are we seeing the tangible steps being taken? Not enough yet. A few judges have been suspended and have been punished for wrongdoing, but we're not seeing enough happening within the system, within the institution on its own.
We need to see more. Well said, Bayo. Well said.